Do you think a half-saint can do whatever he wants? Excuse me. In front of me. It's a dragon. You have to coil it. It's a tiger. You have to lie down.
You are very good. It seems that you are not even willing to give face to my Tiandao Academy.
Soho smiled. The clouds of laughter are light, and the wind is light, he asked without fear. Tiandao Academy can't reach out to our internal affairs in the Eastern Zhou dynasty, right?
One sentence made the old man choke and speechless. The power of Zhangzhou is complex. There is really no right to interfere in the internal disputes of other continents.
You'd better go. I should go too.
Sword Gui and other popular eyes are about to crack. Immediately form a formation to stop people. But the old man in white stopped them.
All right, your Dao, Tianzong, is already at the end of the force. Fighting with him again will only make the loss worse.
Although Jian Gui and others were burning with anger. But he could only watch Soho walk away. The light shines. A huge spatial crack appeared in the sky. Jiu Qingshuang glanced back at the devastated sect. Without the slightest nostalgia, he turned around and disappeared into the crack. In the distance, Soho felt the power of teleportation. He just shook his head faintly. He returned to the Taixuan Holy Land with a full harvest. As soon as he returned to the sect, he transplanted the third-grade spirit vein to the center of the Holy Land. In an instant, the entire Taixuan Holy Land's spiritual energy soared, rich like a fairyland. All disciples can enjoy the benefits brought by this top-level spiritual vein. The two disciples were already waiting in front of the cave gate. Upon seeing the master's return, immediately, excitedly went forward to salute in unison.
I have set the spiritual core on our mountain. You two should focus on practicing.
Soho also entered a tense practice. His cultivation has reached the peak of the 5th and 6th levels. It is only one step away from the 7th level. A few months later, a terrifying aura rose from Soho's cave abode. He successfully broke through to the 5th and 7th levels. In an instant, the entire Taixuan Holy Land beat gongs and drums, thunderous cheers. Today's Eastern Zhou powerhouses wither. Soho was already the strongest in the Eastern Zhou dynasty. The Taixuan Holy Land also naturally became the new overlord of the Eastern Zhou dynasty as soon as the news came out. Countless small sects came to congratulate. I want to hug this new thigh. Congratulations to Sect Master Su for his breakthrough. What a role model for my generation.
Thank you for your support. Recently, the scale of my Taixuan Holy Land has expanded. Prepare to recruit a wide range of talents.
As soon as this sentence comes out, everyone was surprised. They all understood what Soho meant. This is going to openly rob people from Tiandao Academy in.
Don't leave the Kangzhuang Avenue in front of you. He insisted on going to Zhangzhou to be the lowest level disciple. Those geniuses aren't that stupid, are they?
As soon as this comes out, the sect masters of those small sects suddenly lit up. Now with Su, he taking the lead. The sky fell, and there was a tall top. What are you afraid of? Sect Master Su is right. I wonder if we can recruit disciples together. Su, he generously agreed. This is what he wants. After half a month, the messenger from Zhangzhou really came. It was a man and a woman. They came from Zhulu Academy and Star Picking Alliance respectively, but when they felt the terrifying cultivation of Su and Wu Zhang at the 7th level, that bit of arrogance vanished in an instant. Shock was written all over his face. To be able to practice to this state in a barren land like the Eastern Zhou dynasty, this person's talent and luck are absolutely top-notch. They found a treasure this time.
Sect Master Su, I wonder how many disciples your sect has now.
There are dozens of 30,000 spiritual veins from high to low. Another third grade spirit vein was in charge.
The two of them heard this number. Instantly take a breath of cold air. His eyes widened like copper bells.
You didn't make a false report, did you? How did I hear that the first sect of the Eastern Zhou dynasty is Dao Tian?
That's the old yellow calendar. Now the first sect of the Eastern Zhou dynasty is my Taixuan Holy Land.
Su Haishang. Dao Tianzang was severely injured by the demons. To put it simply, Jiu Qingshuan ran away. The two immediately understood. It turned out that Soho took advantage of the decline of Dao Tian. Rise strong, dominated the Eastern Zhou dynasty in one fell swoop. Such risk and courage. It was appalling.
The two have come from afar. Thank you for your hard work. This is a little thought for you. If you encounter the messengers of other Zhangzhou sects, I also hope that the two of you can help with a few kind words.
They're smart people. Instantly understood Soho's ambition. They took the bag. He smiled helplessly. A few days later, in front of the gate of the Taixuan Holy Land, it was an unprecedented event. 1,000 Buddha sect, Supreme Immortal Gate. Even the Tiandao Academy. The emissaries of the top forces in Zhou. They all came. Sect Master Su, the previous holiday with Elder Chun, was all a misunderstanding. As long as you are willing to join, we will immediately provide you with a second-grade spiritual vein. Soho just listened. His face was calm. Sect Master Su, If you wish to join my 1000 Buddha sect, we guarantee that you will have access to the 1000 stupas for 1 month each year. As soon as this sentence comes out, the envoys of other surrounding sects all exploded. Just then, the messenger of the Supreme Immortal Sect spoke slowly, tossed an even more amazing chip.
Sect Master Su, if you wish to enter my Supreme Immortal Sect, we can let you enter and exit Zhongzhou Magic Mirror at will.
The audience was in an uproar again. All the messengers stood up. Disbelief was written all over his face. In order to compete for Soho, the 3 top sects, it all costs money. A shocking gamble was placed in front of Soho. How will he choose? Second grade, spirit, vein, ancient treasures, the endless ancestor box. In the face of this splashing wealth, Soho remained calm.
Thank you for your love. The stakes are high. I need to think about it for a few days. In 3 days, I will give you a clear answer.
Wait for the crowd to disperse. Several elders from the Taixuan Holy Land immediately surrounded them. They all seemed more excited than Soho. Sect Master, Tiangdao Academy is actually willing to give 3rd grade spiritual veins. I will also repair the relationship with you. Why don't you just pick them? 1000 Buddha sects, 1000 Buddha pagoda is a chance to become a saint. Soho glanced at them faintly. His eyes seemed to be able to see through everything. The elders present instantly felt guilty.
Where are we going? I have decided for myself. I don't need your help. Choose.
They scattered the elders. Su, he called his 2 direct disciples, Fang Yixin and Ni Huangyu, to his side.
Well, I won't shy away from you either. This time, I'm going to the Supreme Immortal Gate.
Both of them were stunned when they heard the name. I don't understand why Master chose the most dangerous path. The reason why Soho chose this. All because he knew a shocking secret. In the original, Lin Feng will get 3 precious ancestral magic cores in Zhangzhou Magic Mirror. And what Soho has to do is cut off the beard. He could clearly sense it. The next opportunity for your own breakthrough, just at Lin Feng's opportunity.
Entering the Supreme Immortal Gate this time will definitely not lose money. Believe as a teacher.
3 days later, the messengers of the 3 major sects gathered again in the Taixuan Holy Land. All eyes were focused on Soho.
Soho looked around the crowd without the slightest hesitation. Slowly said his answer. I choose Supreme Immortal Sect.
A word comes out. There was an uproar. He knew that he had caught a real hidden dragon for the sect.
Sect Master Su, you have made the wisest choice. I will immediately build a teleportation array in your sect, straight through to Taishang Immortal Gate.
A few days later, a huge teleportation array rose from the ground. The messenger took out a complete 5th grade spiritual vein next to the formation and handed it to Soho.
Sect Master Su, if you become a supreme figure in the future, I also hope to support my younger brother, 1 or 2.
Soho nodded lightly in response to this request. After saying that, he waved his hand. He actually directly sacrificed the 5th grade spiritual vein as fuel to the teleportation array. His tongue smacked as he watched from the side, in the incomparably precious 5th grade spiritual veins of the Eastern Zhou dynasty. In the eyes of Zhengzhou Dengmen, they were only consumables. Su and the 3 of them stood in front of the huge teleportation formation. The 3 of them simultaneously injected their strength into the formation. The teleportation array erupted with dazzling white light. The entire space began to warp. When I opened my eyes again, already in a mountain of birds and flowers. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth here is so rich that it is outrageous. Soho felt that every pore on his body was automatically breathing spiritual energy. It was so cool. In front of them, there stood a few old people with deep breath. All of them are high-level martial arts.
You are the sect master of the Taixuan Holy Land, right? My name is Jiyu Pingda. He is the master of this mountain. Your cultivation is similar to mine. You can directly go to the sect to get a mountain that belongs to you. Each mountain peak comes with a 3rd grade spiritual vein, and connected to the trunk of a 2nd grade spiritual vein. Enough for you to practice.
These resources are not given for free. After receiving the goods, you are about to take on the task. The background of the Supreme Immortal Sect shocked him. There are several 2nd grade spiritual veins alone. That majestic aura. It was several times stronger than the one he stole from Dao Ting. Come to the door warehouse. Soho received a large amount of medicinal pills and resources. Jioping Dao handed him a jade plaque. Soho's heart moved. He thought of someone. In the original, there was once an astonishing talent in the Supreme Immortal Sect. That person is a 1 in a million unsullied treasure. Count the time. That disciple named Fang Yuan. Now it must be because the cultivation speed is too slow. It is being buried in a corner that no one cares about. This is a godsend opportunity to pick up the leak.
When can Elder Ju choose disciples?
Soho put his spiritual sense into the jade plaque. After taking a look, directly stunned. The task on the jade plaque is simple and crude: to kill an ancestor demon and handed over the magic box to the sect. It turns out that at Taishang Immortal Gate, all the peak masters of the Wuzan level, one must hand in an ancestral box every month in order to maintain their treatment.
Your treatment is the best. You can enter the Sky Demon battlefield at will. By the way, if you can get the extra 10 sets of magic boxers, you can take it out and trade with other peak masters.
Soho listened. Eyes light up. This doesn't mean not only can he use it himself, can you still make a fortune with this? Farewell to Jiu Ping. He brought his disciples back to his Taixuan peak.
You practice here first. I'm going to the Tiamo battlefield to see.
Look, he was going to bring 3 Martial King Realm disciples into the battlefield together. All the opportunities, including Lin Feng's, were included in the bag. The Supreme Immortal Sect did not raise a group of demons in Zhang. Instead, he found a stable passage leading to the battlefield of extraterrestrial demons. White light flashed. Soho's figure disappeared in place. The next moment, he was already standing on a pitch-black ground. Soho released his consciousness. But he was shocked to find that this battlefield was boundless. But he suddenly discovered that there was a dilapidated thatched hut next to the teleportation formation. A scruffy old man was dozing off in the room.
Are you the sect master of the Taixuan Holy Land?
Soho immediately determined that the other party was a friend rather than an enemy. It is a peerless master sent by the Supreme Immortal Sect to guard this place. In fact, I am afraid that my strength is at least a semi-synth. And Soho didn't make fun of himself. He turned around and walked into the depths of the battlefield. After half a day of inspection, he finally locked onto a single unlucky egg. It's you. Soho directly drew out the Taixuan sword. A sword pierced the earth. A gigantic sword of hundreds of feet fell with a bang.
It's you again. The ghost lingers.
After thousands of moves, this ancestor demon, which was equivalent to the 5th level of the 5 deities, was finally slashed under the sword by Soho. A crystal-clear primal ancestor demon core fell into Soho's hands. For the next half-month, Soho became a ruthless hunting machine. He was scouring the area like crazy. He also collected hundreds of Martial King level, high-level heavenly demon boxers, prepared to take it back to the disciples as a snack, just as he was about to continue to expand his victory. The mysterious old man's voice suddenly rang in his ears.
You should go. Today's the time for your mountain to recruit disciples. If you go later, you won't be able to choose anyone.
Soho immediately rushed back to the teleportation formation. She thanked him in the direction of the thatched hut. Then he stepped onto the teleportation array. White light flashed. Soho returned to the Supreme Immortal Gate. Jiu Pingdao had been waiting here for a long time.
Soho, you came back just in time to choose your disciples. Come down the mountain with me. We choose disciples according to the strength and influence of each mountain peak. In order. You are new here. It can only be ranked 5th.
Is there any precedence? Wouldn't the top one be able to steal the best disciples all the time? The strong are always strong.
Soon, the two arrived at the selection square at the foot of the mountain. The powerful people of the major mountains have gathered here. The thousands of genius disciples below were waiting nervously.
What if these people are not selected?
Naturally, it was thrown to the outer door. I started as a handyman, chopping firewood, carrying water, farming. They are always useful.
Soho instantly understood this cruel hierarchy. His only hope, now, it is the square that bears the unsullied treasure body that was not selected in advance. Selection begins. The first one, Wu Gufeng's elders looked like torches. Soon, 2 girls were picked out of the crowd. The 2 of them were already 58. He also carried the ancient bloodline. The surrounding mountain elders felt sorry for a while. The good seedlings have been stolen again. The disciples below all clenched their fists, with a face full of disapproval. They used to be the sons of heaven of their respective sects, but here we are. But it has become a commodity that has been picked and picked. Soon Qingliang Peak, Yuxu Peak, and other top-ranked mountains. They also selected the disciples with the highest cultivation and the best bones in the crowd one after another. If you are not selected today, are we going to work outside as handymen? That's not possible. I was the first genius in my hometown. How can I fetch water and chop firewood under torment? Finally, someone couldn't help it. Start volunteering. This elder, look at me. I am the rare Lei Ling. However, those high-ranking elders, but it doesn't do anything about it. In their opinion, it's just a clown's performance. Soho looked at all this coldly, looking through the noisy crowd. Finally, it was locked in an inconspicuous corner. This person was the target of his trip, the radius of the body that bears the unsullied treasure body. When it was Soho's turn to choose, He didn't hesitate at all, just stretched out his finger faintly. He pointed to the most inconspicuous square in the crowd. As soon as this sentence comes out, there was silence. Everyone looked at Soho with the eyes of a fool. There are so many good seedlings to choose from. He chose a third-level martial artist for the sake of so-called fame, wasting sect resources. Cultivate a waste. This is grandstanding.
Senior, are you calling me?
It's you, and a few of you. Come with me.
Jiyu Pingdao on the side could no longer watch it. Hurry up and hold him. Soho, didn't I tell you? Choosing your mountain ranking this way will lower you.
Soho smiled and patted his shoulder. The tone was full of confidence. Don't worry, I've already made the best choice.
After saying that, he brought Feng Yuan and the others with a confused face. He left unhurriedly under the puzzled and mocking eyes of the crowd.
Don't you think geniuses are made through relentless effort, enduring endless loneliness and suffering? But what I need is plenty of resources and some minor supernatural ability. Watch how I transform this waste into a martial king who will... In just 1 month, Gu Pingdong watched as he laughed, perplexed. He couldn't fathom why so he had made this critical decision. Senior Giyu, has the Heavenly Devil Battlefield's opening time been decided for major sect? It's been deferred, probably next month. How many people can fit on one peak? It's not definite, but if your disciple achieves the martial king level, this will do just fine. Besides, you, Lords of Sealed Rounds, can enter early to gather some resources. He nodded, satisfied. A month is plenty. Sure, I'll bring 3 martial kings with me. Sure, I'll bring 3 martial kings with me. Leading Yi Gao to handle the situation. We have 3 martial kings at our disposal. This sounds like a fairy tale. He returned to Taishan Peak with his new recruit. He summoned Feng Yuan to his personal cavern. Do you know your physical constitution? I'm dumbfounded. I don't get it. She smiled, but didn't clarify. Instead, he handed Fan Yuan 2 sets of devil boxes, which are from the Heavenly Devil Battlefield. Now, ignore all costs. Start absorbing their power. Ignore all costs now. Start absorbing their power. Master, I'm weak, and this might destabilize me. My chi might become unstable. My realm uncertain. Kashi shouted out to the exterior. An impression of Nei Huangyu instantly appeared. Must anything wrong? A moment later, give him a bottle of Phoenix, True Fire, hesitantly, but still, complied and tossed a bottle of Phoenix, True Fire, at Fan Yuan. After you absorb the demon bug, refine your true essence. With the Phoenix, True Fire, the process will be very painful, but this is an inevitable path to becoming a stronger martial artist. This is an inevitable path. Fan Yuan's mind was overwhelmed with turmoil, without a moment's hesitation, absorbed with intense determination the power from the 10 ancestors' demon box. His cultivation rose rapidly at an unbelievable pace, from the 5th stage peak to level 4 and 5. In just a moment, successively breaking through each stage. Yet, his aura became unsteady, filled with intense pain. Son, his face was cold, showing no mercies. He only spat out 2 words, leaving no room for resistance. A program to fill their minds with new gods that would shatter everyone's understanding. That would shatter everyone's understanding has begun.